Shalom, giving all praise unto Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shalom, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Ibadia, coming out here to give you some more videos, geopolitical videos, starting first and foremost with prophecies, geopolitical videos, and edification in accordance to the scriptures, and the edification we get here at Great Millstone, which is via the inspiration of Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shem Kodash. So brothers have probably seen this article that was released today, dealing with China, or yesterday really, dealing with China going into the digital yuan. And I'm just going to read this article, commenting on it as it pertains onto the scriptures, and that will be it. I'm pretty sure brothers is going to do more in-depth videos regarding the movement towards the RFID chip mark of the beast. But I thought since I had to do a video today, at some point I'm going to do a couple of videos, Lord's will. I thought I'll start with this one, as is a pretty easy topic to get into. It's a pretty easy topic to get into. So it says China leaps into a central digital bank currency, but similar progress eludes the US. And what we see within the geopolitical climate is a situation where China and America, they compete for each other. So you better believe that this is going to be coming to the United States pretty soon. And we know it's going to be coming to the United States pretty soon because the scripture tells us that it's going to come into the United States. And all of these different passports that you've got right now, it's all going to be integrated into one system. That's why everything is going digital. And I did a video a little while back when we was dealing with the situation of was it Abu Dhabi? I think it's Abu Dhabi, where pretty much everything that they got is all digital, man. Everything that they got is digital. They want to have a central government where you're gonna pay your car note digitally, you're gonna pay your taxes digitally, everything like that. So Esau is trying out these different systems and he's beta testing it. There's something called beta testing, and you're gonna beta test integrated systems. Whether it be a car or a piece of software, it's going to be beta tested. It's going to be tested. Everything's going to be tested out. Everything's going to be checked out to work out where the pitfalls is going to be. You can't just implement a system across the world and just expect it to work. That's what these elites are doing out there within the world out here. They are beta testing particular things in order to implement the RFID chip mark of the beast. So this whole global situation that we find ourselves in right now is a beta test, or it's the real thing. We're yet to see what Esau's going to do with it at the end all be all, but it could be a integrated beta test with the progression, because sometimes when you have what's known as a work in progress, Toyota does this a lot. What they'll do is they'll deploy a particular technology out there, and then they'll have iterations of that particular technology. So people say buy a Toyota car, but usually if you really go to a really good mechanic, they'll tell you buy this generation of this particular engine, because that's the one that they got everything all worked out. So with this whole global situation that we find ourselves in, well, guess what? There's going to be iterations of it, man. It's going to get upgraded, just like how we saw with the NHS here within the UK, and the NHS had a particular piece of software that they was using at the beginning, but they're gonna upgrade that to the internal passport. And so too, we see across the globe, they're gonna start integrating these systems, man. And this all goes back onto the scriptures. The Bible tells you about these particular things, and they tell you what was gonna happen in the latter times. And people are supposed to be coming into the understanding right now, and we know only the elect is gonna see it. But people are supposed to be coming into the understanding right now that we're at the end of this thing, because all of these prophecies that are spoken about within the scriptures are coming to pass. Key points. China has leapfrogged much of the developed world in its establishment of the digital yuan. Central bank digital currencies are a growing source of interest. Now, whenever you see the word central bank, you should be thinking about the elite banking families. That's what you're going to be thinking about. Every time you see the term central bank, you better believe it's nothing to do with China. And I'm sure the brothers that do the more in-depth videos, they'll probably touch on that. But whenever you see the word central bank, you're not dealing with a an institution that's localized to that region. Central banks are not owned by the countries that they operate in. Bank of England, Federal Reserve, etc., etc., etc. These are private entities owned by the elite banking families. And so, too, you're going to see a situation where all of these central banks are going to go in the same direction. I mean, come on. How can everybody go in the same direction, but nobody goes for the gold-backed currency? And then when we have an individual that goes for the gold-backed currency, as in to independently think of a solution, critically think of a solution to the economic situation. Because every time you have a so-called, what's known as a reserve, well, not a reserve currency, whenever you have a currency, it always seems to go to pot. It always seems to devalue. So a critical thinker would say, well, what if we back it by gold? Well, guess what? That's not the aim of the game for the banking elites. That's why you see all of these countries are moving towards the RFID chip mark of the beast. And if you ain't part of that system, if you ain't down with having a central bank within your country, they're gonna bomb the hell out of you, man. They're gonna bomb the hell out of you because you're going against the grain of the new world order. And this is the play that's being played within the world. And that's why people think, oh, China's going to be the next this. And that's, This is all the workings of the elite banking families. And you better believe everything is moving towards the same direction. Everything is moving towards the same direction, man. If a country is integrated within this particular global economic sphere, well, they're going to be moving towards the same direction, towards a digital currency and the mass chipping of everybody, because the scripture saith so. It says the whole world was going to be subject unto this particular situation. The whole world was going to have to go through what's known as the time of Jacob's trouble, man. They're going to go through what's known as the hour of temptation. The whole entirety of the world was going to experience that. So don't be surprised if this is coming to a town near you, because we, the men of the Lord, we believe it's coming. We believe through the scriptures that it's coming to a town near you. The U.S. Federal Reserve has taken a more deliberate approach to the issue and is unlikely to make any reactive moves to the development. And that's all, political speech. That's all political speech. Throughout this last 12 months, people have become accustomed to being told one thing, and then they're seeing something else play out within the world. So that's just political speech, man. They're going to let this chip out. You better believe they're going to let this chip out. China's leadership in the digital currency space is turning a larger spotlight on the United States' initiative, but similar efforts statewide aren't likely to come anytime soon. And that's what they will say now. But sure enough, overnight, they'll announce that. Remember what they said onto Biden. You're going to be the guy that's going to have to choose whether people are going to get chipped. You're going to have to rule on that before your Biden's over, before your bid is over. You're going to have to rule on that. So let's go into the scriptures now. Simple scripture, Revelations, the 13th chapter, starting from the 16th verse. And that's the only precept we're going to read in this one. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. And that mark, we know that to be the RFID chip mark of the beast, because this is the system by which you can buy and sell, but you're going to have a digital currency. And you can do that. That's something you could do. You can make a payment via the digital yuan via a chip. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's already putting something together. Obviously, it's not statewide. Otherwise, that would be big news, right? Obviously, it's not statewide, right? But maybe some little company there is already doing it. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. But all I'm saying is that technology is here. And this is why we believe we're in a time wherein Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is beginning to return and visit this world, because all of these things are coming to pass. We haven't been in a time, we haven't been in a time where the RFID chip, the ICBM nuclear missiles, all of these things was on the earth, except for the times that we're living in right now. And especially now, it's not just a theoretical science. This is a practical science that's being applied out there within places like Switzerland, out there within Europe. And you better believe when they start talking about solutions for this worldwide exercise, you better believe one of the solutions they're going to look to is to some of the European countries and see how they've kept their so-called numbers low. And they're going to say, oh, well, look at this. They had the chip. Okay, so the worldwide chipping of everybody, it's coming, man. You better believe it's coming, man. It's coming. So let's continue here in the book of Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, and rich and poor, to receive a mark, free and bond, rather more, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man should buy or sell save he hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So that's what's coming to the earth. So that's, again, like I said, I'm sure brothers is gonna do more in-depth videos, but I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do a couple of videos today, so I'll start with that one. So with that, I'm going to say all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Ashai Bashim Rukah Kodash, double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, and honor to brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.